So at this stage with these, as you can see, they're like a light tan colour. These are going to be custom designed. They're going to be, well, let's just say they're going to be stunning. They're going to be 3 different colours. One at the front and one at the back is going to be the same, and then we're going to do some more. And what we're doing at the moment is we're just stripping all the old colour out of these, taking them back to a neutral sort of calfskin veg tan leather again. As you can sort of clearly see there from the sort of toe area, how sort of different that is compared to that there. And we're just using an alcohol cleaner at the moment to do that, to get all the colour off, because obviously with a lot of handmade shoes, what you've got to bear in mind is the colour is sort of, it's not really in it like some of the colours. Like a black is going to go right in, but obviously with this particular one, the colour is almost sat on the surface of the actual veg tan itself. So we are actually getting all the colour removed off these, and they're going to be stunning. They're going to be 3 colours, as I say. We're going to have like a blue and a green, and then like a sort of fuchsia colour as well. They're going to be absolutely stunning. Can't wait to see the transformation of these. You will see more of this coming in the video in the next few clips. So as you can see, we're now at the stage where we need to be. You know, we're using the blue shoe dye here. As you can sort of see, the colour there on the cloth is rather beautiful, and we're not going to do that shoe just yet, but you can see where we've masked this one up, because obviously these are going to be dyed in varying colours, so you can sort of see where we've masked them up and what that's going to look like. You can sort of see where we've got it all masked up all the way around, because we're going to do the front here all blue, and then obviously the accents around the heel here is all going to be blue as well. So going to look fantastic. So we're getting a little bit onto a cloth, onto the sponge, and then you're going to take the majority of that off the sponge, because you don't want to, you know, you don't want it to be soaked. So you're going to get the majority of that off, and then we're going to lightly go over there, and it's obviously going to give quite an effect straight away, as you can clearly see. So got to try to keep those lines nice and smooth, and just go over the surface there to make that really blue. But as you can clearly see, that is the next stage in the process, and that blue is looking absolutely fantastic, and this is going to be a stunning transformation on these shoes. So it's certainly a unique design that's going to be taking place on these brogues, and they're going to look fantastic when they're completed with their 3 different colours. So this is the next stage in the process, as you can clearly see, with the colour going on there. And the dyes are extremely powerful of these shoe dyes that we've got now. And as you can see, just carefully going round, because you don't want to try to get the dye going off into the other areas. This is why we've obviously masked up all these areas here, to try to avoid the dye going into them. Just very carefully going into all the detailed areas to get that dye to take for the best effect. As you can see there, that's starting to come along quite nicely. You could even do that if you wanted. You could then even run around these edges if you wanted with a different colour, to blend these colours in with like a red or something like that, and really create something really funky and bespoke on these shoes. But that's not what we're doing. They're going to be dyed blue in that particular area all the way around. So the next one we're going to show you is obviously when we're going to be coming through and doing the next section to them. Possibly do the red next. Might do the green, we don't know, but that's your 3 colours that we're going to have on these shoes. You can see there where it's dyeing and coming along. It's looking rather good as it's dyeing, as you can clearly see. So to the next section. So as you can see, we're coming along with the shoes. The initial coat of blue has gone on to both of them, and this one's got the fuchsia on it already. As you can see, these are going to look absolutely stunning. So let's just move the fuchsia one out the way. And you can see here what we're doing first of all is getting the fuchsia into all of the detailing work here on these shoes, on these brogues. So we've got to get all that in there and get all that, the dye sort of into the area, because what you don't want to go doing is putting the dye on and obviously covering over the blue, and then you're going to ruin what you're trying to achieve. So we're going to go around first of all painting all the fuchsia into that area to ensure that the dye is in there perfectly well. You can see the colour is there on the bottle there is actually very nice, as you can clearly see. It's a beautiful colour. but it's certainly looking nice on the shoes. As you can see, sat there, the colour looks absolutely stunning, and once they're all polished up, it's going to look even better. It's a very tedious job of getting all the dye into those areas going around, but you've got to do that. Obviously attention to detail is very important. You can see we need to come around these other edges here now again for the second time, so we're going around the other side and working that around. So we've done the little tab there as well in the blue, so that's going to be looking very good because that'll go up against the green that's going to be there, so that's going to be looking stunning with the red in the middle and then the blue tab up against the green. It's a nice little sort of feature to put on the front of them. So what we're going to show you next is, once we've put all this all the way around into this detailing area, we're going to show you the sponging effect of putting the red on to this particular area. So I just wanted to tell you, because obviously I didn't actually explain when we were talking about the detailing work here. All this detailing work that you see on shoes, on Brogues shoes, it's called gimping, just so that you know. Can be done with a gimping machine or a gimping wheel. All this is known as gimping. Every part of a shoe has different sort of terminologies, but I just wanted to let you know that that is what this detailing work here is called, is gimping. So now we're going to be applying the fuchsia by sponge that we've got that on there with the brush and into all the sort of detailed areas. So again, we're getting this brushed on nicely, rubbed in with the sponge, as you can see, getting it into all the areas. The whole idea of going around with the brush first of all is so that we don't actually go getting any of the fuchsia onto the blue. I mean, mistakes happen, it's possible, it's going to happen. At this moment in time, we didn't want to do any masking because obviously it's a pure dye we're dealing with, so none of this has been sealed in yet. So we've got to make sure that this, obviously it's going to be sealed in next with our rawhide dye and things, so that's obviously going to make a bit of a difference. Once that goes on there as well, that'll make a big difference to the way that it looks and its appearance, because that's going to sort of like seal the leathers as well, give it a beautiful sort of appearance, enable us to give it a good shine as well, and get them ready to put on obviously any protective waxes and things on over the top. So again, it's a matter of just very careful going round without trying to get any of the fuchsia on the bare leather, that's obviously the crust leather there, that's got no dye in it whatsoever, where we've stripped all the dye out of it. As you can see, it's just a matter of going around all the way around, getting all that into the areas. With these dyes, the beauty with these dyes is you can sort of put it on dark and light and sort of almost gain like shadowing effect, like almost marbling almost effect on the shoes, depending on how you wish to do that. I mean, as you can sort of see there with the blue, we've got lighter and darker patches showing. That's going to give us some really beautiful effects, on the finished item. When we actually put on the rawhide dye in the base, I mean, it's going to even that out slightly. But I mean, again, you're going to get some really nice sort of features coming through, on these once they're completed. They're one-off bespoke design, very unique, very one-off, very bespoke. So it's going to be an amazing transformation on these once it's all completed. So that's the next stage that we're at, which is putting all the fuchsia on. As you can see, the fuchsia is going to come down here and follow this all the way down from there and follow that line down. So that's where the fuchsia is going to go, just like this shoe is here, with the fuchsia on it all the way around. So they're looking actually quite amazing. They're looking fantastic, to be fair. Absolutely amazing. So as you can see, the shoes are looking stunning. These are going to be absolutely magical when they're completed. So again, we're going around doing all the detailing work. This is stage 3. This is getting all the green. Okay, so now we've got the blue, we've got the fuchsia, and then we've got the green going in. So we're getting all the green into all the detail work around all the gimping area here. So once that's gone in, we're then going to be able to sponge apply the green on there to the rest of the area of the shoe, and then the only bit left to then do is obviously the tongue area. So it's certainly, they're going to be wild, aren't they? They are going to be absolutely wild. We're looking forward to these being done. They're going to be absolutely magical. So they're looking fantastic, to be fair. They look quite stunning. Very unique design again. So this is something that we can do for clients all over the world. It's something we get a lot of requests from people over in the USA and things like that as well, for very bespoke design shoes. So it's things that we do for people all the time. We've got some stunning designs coming up shortly where we've been requested to do various things to make one pair of shoes look actually like wood. So that's going to be quite an amazing transformation on those as well. So they're going to literally look like wood as well. So they're going to have all the detailing into be like the sort of wood effect on the shoes, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So the green is going on there, which is looking quite good. So they are going to be stunning. So we've obviously got to put another coat of blue and the fuchsia on there yet, just to liven those up and darken them up before we start sealing them. But they are looking absolutely phenomenal. They're going to be stunning. So we'll be back in a second when we start sponging on the green. So here we are, guys. We're back again. We've done all the detailing work around all the gimping area, as you can clearly see, and around the top and around the sort of opening area for the tongue. So we're now ready to start sponging on the green onto this particular area. When you're actually putting on, you know, any of these sort of dyes, I mean, because these are pure sort of shoe dyes. I mean, they're not like a cream or anything like that. These are pure dyes. So obviously they're going to stain. You've got to try to make sure that you sort of go on nice and even. And obviously, as you can see here, where this is absorbed into sort of patches almost sort of on the shoe, that will obviously get leveled out again with the next coating. So you just got to make sure that with your first coating you get them as level as you can, as we have done there. And then the odd sort of area where it's slightly darker, that'll get leveled out with the actual second coating that's going to be going on there. So we're just going around sponging all the green in. But these are going to look absolutely stunning, aren't they? We've got the blue, the fuchsia, and then the green. Just look at that. They're going to look absolutely magical. So just keep sponging away, getting it into all the creases and corners. You can sort of cut sponges to shape, and you can do all sorts to them, whatever you want to do to sort of get them down into sort of little detailed areas. But you can see there it's coming along quite nicely, and we're getting all that one side virtually coloured with the green. We've just got the little bit left there now, and then that'll give us a nice sort of side shot of what it looks like with the blue, the fuchsia, and the green. So as you can see, they look absolutely magical. So yeah, we're looking forward to the transformation of these. So next time we'll be back is doing the next coating to the 3 layers. So here's one we made earlier. As you can see, this has had the rawhide dye put on it to give sort of darkness in areas, allowing some areas to be left light. So we're now getting this is the rawhide dye base and the rawhide dye mixed together. This actually seals the colour and gives it more of a sort of deeper sort of look to it, and allows you to put it darker in some areas and lighter in others as the pad goes. Obviously there's not so much of the product loaded into the pad once the initial amount has come off. That allows you to thin the product out going from the front of the toe towards the back of the shoe, and it allows you to still see some of the lightness of the blue coming through with the dark, as if it's going dark to light. So that is the next stage. Once we've done that, we will be doing the fuchsia and then the green to bring all them alive as well. But it's looking absolutely fantastic with the way they're done, with the sort of antiquing in the colours, in all 3 colours. It's going to be a phenomenal transformation. As you can see with this one here, you can sort of see the difference between what that looks like now with the blue done all the way around. It's looking very, very different compared to what that one did. And you can sort of see the heel on that one, and then you can sort of look at the heel on this one as a comparison with the 2 together. You can sort of see what it's like. You can sort of see there where it's got dark sponged up to it, and then it's gone lighter off through it towards my finger. So yeah, big difference. So that's what they're going to come out looking like. They're going to be absolutely fantastic. The next one's going to be the fuchsia that we'll do. So we'll show you that one in a second. So we are ready to put the fuchsia colour on. We've mixed up our rawhide base with our rawhide dye, and now, as you can now see, the blue is looking fantastic. So we have now mixed up the formula to do the fuchsia now, and we've done a little bit of masking so that we can sort of go right up to the edge of the green with the fuchsia, so that there are no issues there at all with getting that colour on there. So, and then we're going to come down to the blue with the sponge, so, and that's going to look absolutely fantastic once it's done. As you can see, it's going on real nicely now. So the purpose of this rawhide dye, what this is basically doing is the rawhide dye with the rawhide base is it's sealing the leather completely. It's almost like a sort of resin, but it isn't. But it's sealing the leathers completely, which enables you to give them a little bit of a sheen, as you can clearly see on the blue. They've got a nice sort of little bit of a sheen to them. We've left the broguing with the where the blue is, with the original colour of the shoe showing through, so you can sort of see it gives it even more character. You know, makes it look absolutely fantastic. You can see the fuchsia going on there now. It's making that colour really nice and deep, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. So they're going to look absolutely sensational. So again, it's not to, you know, you can either put this particular product with the rawhide dye and the rawhide base on thickly, but you must make sure that it's evenly spread. You don't want any streaks or anything like that, and it's got to be an evenly spread product that goes on. But you can either thin it down, you know, as you're putting it on, as we did with the blue. We showed you how we did that with the blue, so you can sort of still see sort of through some areas on the blue on the side, as you can see there. So you can sort of see lightness in the colour as well as darkness that we've got around the toe on that particular one as well. And that's the same with this one. So you've got darkness on the toe and lightness around the side. You've got darkness around the back of the heel, and then lightness coming around the side of the heel as well. So it enables you to do various things with it, but they are looking stunning, aren't they? Now they're going to look fantastic once we get that green on, and the green is the next one that we're going to be doing. So that's up next is putting the green dye on. So as you can see, the green has gone on. We've given the green like a marbled effect, which means we've put it on lighter and darker in certain areas, and it's now ready for final things, which is basically a polish. But as you can clearly see, they're looking amazing. So we're just going to show you now the green going on. So again, we've cut the sponge at an angle purely and simply because, as you can sort of see, it's cut at an angle purely and simply because that gets us right down in this sort of detailed area down here. So we're getting the green on, and again, it's sort of like, it's not going on solid. We sort of want it to go on patchy, so it almost looks marbled on the surface once it's done. So we've got, as you can clearly see, it's got darking around the shoelace areas, and then just thinning the colour out as it goes to give it like a marbling effect. Certainly going to be quite a unique transformation of these, and they're going to look absolutely stunning when they're done and completed. Really nice pair of Grensons, to be fair, and they're going to be extremely unique now. So it's basically the final stages. So we're just getting the green on there, as you can clearly see, going all the way around with the green. You can see that going on there quite nicely. And once that's gone on, again, with this particular product, it's the rawhide dye base and the rawhide dye. So you've got to make sure it's even, as you can clearly see. It's nice and even on there, so you don't get any lines, because once that's gone on, it's like it sort of seals the surface and gives you a nice sort of low luster, as you can clearly see there with the blue and the fuchsia. But yeah, they're looking absolutely stunning. So that's the green going on to them. That's one of the final stages. So yeah, next stage is going to be showing you sealing. So we're at the final stages now. This is the neutral shoe cream. It's like a shoe polish. It's got a lot of beeswax contained in here, so it's going to give like a nice protection over the surface. It's going to give them a bit of a shine as well, and it's going to seal in the colours and give them some protection. So that is the final stages that we're doing on these shoes. So as you can see, they are looking absolutely stunning now. So transformation's been absolutely out of this world. So it's a very good transformation. This is something that we can do for you as a bespoke job, or we can teach you how to do this on one of our shoe courses so that you can understand how this is carried out. We can train you to do this. This is one of the methods and techniques that we use. We can show you how to make them look like wood if you wanted. There's just no end to what we can actually show you and teach you, you know, how to make them look. As you can see, they look absolutely fantastic. So that's it. That is the Grenson shoes that we're doing, and that is now the outcome with the final stages. So the next stage is just to give them a buff up with a shoe brush and they will be completed. So thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any help you need, hop on over to the website, leatherrepaircompany.com.